One's got this
This
tremendous
one's
depth.
bolder markings.
Yeah.
It's just if someone's touched it with a paintbrush.
Those great tails where they surge off.
Yeah, built like torpedoes. Ready to go? I think you just put that smaller one back now.
It's really savage, this big one, isn't it? It's got a sort of temper on it, isn't it?
It's probably all those...
I'll put the small one back, shall I, Chris? Did you put it?
Yes, put the little one back.
Small one, look.
Before you let this one go, Bob, I must just take a photograph because it's so exquisitely marked. If you just make the tools of the trade.
Float,
Yeah.
bait, reel.
Sprat. Now, smile. Give me that wonderful primeval grin.
What, me or the pike?
Beautiful.
It's the best looking pike I've ever seen.
It's fantastic.
Come on, back you
Like
go.
a really nice
Got your brothers and sisters.
It really is a magnificent fish. Wonderful.
Well done, Bob. That was a great weekend's fishing.
Yes, it's a shame we have to go home, really.
Where should we go next week?
Nowhere, it's the close season.
Oh, yeah. What a relief. That's nice. We can dream about that secret lake.
Yes, there's a record carp in there.
You never know. One of us might catch it.
Oh, maybe me.
Dream on, James. Dream on.
Ever since childhood days, fanatical anglers Chris Yates and Bob James have been trying to catch monster fish. So they're no strangers to fishing stories, especially those told in pubs, where some of the stories are true. One such storyteller is Harry Teasdale.
I think this is your man.
Oh, it is. Oh, really great. Thanks for coming, Harry. Do meet Chris, carp fanatic.
Very pleased to meet you, Harry.
Harry is the forest and fisheries manager on a local estate,
Another half, please.
and while working by the lake, has seen the fish of anglers' dreams.
You've seen big ones?
Oh yes, there are some big
So
fish.
do you see?
Well, at the moment, it's just a myth as far as I'm concerned. Although
They're no myth. No, they are no myths.
Thank you very much. Although I have got some historical evidence.
Oh, yes, let's go and show you.
Really?
Yeah, I've got something rather interesting to show you about these fish.
Chris has got this old stocking record. It's got some very interesting entries in it.
Yeah, this was left to me by a lovely old man called Donald Leaney, who stocked all the most famous waters in England, mostly between the wars. And this is your lake.
There it is.
2nd of January 1933, 200 king carp, 4 or 5 inches. And
£7.
Well, it was in the 1930s.
Yeah,
6 and
quite.
9pence carriage. And that will make them 60 years old.
Nearly 60 years old, yes, they won't be still alive.
Oh, I think they will.
They would survive.
Yes, this chap also stocks with the same strain of carp called Galicians at Redmire Pool, where Chris had his record fish from.
And I've got a picture of that fish here. Look, there. That's my 51 pounder from Redmire, and that fish was 50 years old when I caught it.
How do yours compare with that?
Well, mine longer than that, I should think. Somewhat longer than that. Yeah.
You can have a
That's
drink.
about 3 feet.
Yes.
I'd say it was a bit longer than that.
Oh, I've heard
Absolutely
right.
quite a
A
lot
long
mentioned
fish.
by the other keepers over
Well,
there.
it must be chasing that, and I know that when I've seen it going away from me,
Yes.
across the back, it's as far across the back as my Labrador.
It's got to be 70 pounds.
We're talking about a new record here.
Let's do it.
I need a drink.
Well, let's go and have a look at it.
Yeah,
shall
can we go now?
Yeah.
This very instant.
Okay, if you're keen.
I'm keen.
Here it is, Chris.
Even more beautiful than you said. Where's your monster, Harry? See it if it was there, all right.
See that deep area just out there?
Yes.
That's where when they made the lake, they threw the island up from there, so it's made
Yes.
a deep hole.
Yes.
And the big fella that I've seen lies about 2/3 the way across the lake, and just a little way down below the island.
And is he always on his own or with others?
Always on his own, the big one.
How often do you see it?
3, 4, maybe 5 times a year. It just depends some years. So I'm not down here all the
When was the
time.
last time you saw it?
Yeah.
3 weeks ago.
Oh, as
yeah.
recent as that?
Oh, yes.
Oh, that'll
that's
do
right.
for me.
Yeah, that's pretty encouraging.
I did see him once, just
Yeah.
round the point below there, but usually it's here. Nearly always here.
That'll
when I
do.
see him.
Thank you, Harry.
Thank you very
so
much.
much.
Very kind of you.
Okay.
We'll have a good scout around. See what we can see.
If we catch him, we'll send up a rocket.
Oh, well, I'm going to leave it to it.
Cheers, thanks.
Cheers, Harry.
Au revoir.
The mysterious lake lies in the parkland of a stately home in southern England and was dug in the 18th century. It holds nearly 7 acres of rich, weed-choked, shallow water, with a stream running in one end and over a sluice at the other. The landowner is a staunch conservationist, so the lake is left completely undisturbed and overgrown. A surviving relic of the years when time moved slowly. A haven for fish and wildlife.
Almost flying, dancing on the surface. Beautiful. Undergrowth. It's obviously not overfished, this place. This is better than paradise, because this is undiscovered paradise. Mind that frog? What I like so much about this. Oh, yeah. What a group of fish! Didn't spook. Yeah. God, I'm going to try and bring them some dog biscuits. Oh, steady. Scare them all off. No, it's worth it. It's worth the risk just to see how they react to bait.
I'm a bit nervous, a bit hesitant.
Yeah, but look, they're all over 20 pounds. It's superb.
I know, it's a wonderful sight.
Oh, the biggest one likes them. What do you think? Oh, they're so wide.
Yeah, it's got to be £30.
Oh, easily. Yeah, look at this, built like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That's what we'll call it then. That one is Arnie.
They've probably been following us about. Oh, I like the way the other mirror came up. Just hesitant. Maybe it's movement here. Yeah. Yes, we must stay hushed. Natural caution. Well, what should we call the big fat mirror, the second biggest fish? Fat lady. That's what it is. It's a fat lady.
Did Harry say that I've actually fished with these carp before?
No, they used to fish the lake for the trout. No one's ever bothered to try for these carp.
Maybe they think they're uncatchable.
We certainly don't look at it at the moment. None of these are the fish Harry was describing. They're big fish, but they're not record fish. No. Now, what are we going to call the record fish when we see it? Harry! Well, let's go until we can find Harry. All right. And leave these two enjoy. That's inspired me now. Well, if the average fish are that sort of size, isn't it, you can accept the fact that it could be something very extraordinary.
Yes, I can really believe in the existence of a record carp. But can we catch it?
Isn't this where Harry sees the monster? You mean Harry? Well, where Harry sees Harry, yeah. Yeah. Look at the weed, you can't see anything, no.
I reckon if he went up that tree, though.
What, look down into the weed, yeah.
This is a bit like the observation trip at Redmarsh.
It is only, hopefully the fish are going to be even bigger, Chris.
I'm sure they're going to be bigger.
Your legs are a lot longer than mine.
Come on, do you want me to pass you a rope?
I'm a bit serious doubts about your parentage, the way you shot up there.
Wow, fabulous view. Everything is suddenly revealed. It's so clear.
Everything except the monster.
Can't actually see anything moving.
No, I think I'll go down and put some bait down in that clear hole in the weed down there. See if that does the trick.
It might draw the monster from his lair.
That's it, yeah.
Carp can be very partial to luncheon meat, peanuts and boilies. Though as these fish have never seen bait before, they might prefer their normal diet of worms and weed. Also living in this lake are large shoals of dace, and they move onto the bait immediately. But of the carp, there is no sign. So, all Bob and Chris can do is wait until midnight. For that is when the fishing season starts, leaving them to revel in that intoxicating sense of anticipation that precedes each season, and enjoy just being there.
June the 16th, at last we can cast for the monster. Yeah! I think you just killed an owl. A bottle of champagne, oh yes! Fantastic.
Yeah. Bubbly.
It's still cold.
Cheers.
Cheers.
The monster.
Here's to Harry. Both Harrys.
Right. There's enough space in there now.
Oh, God, yeah, okay.
Like the blue touch
paper and retire immediately. Okay, this is a little...
Yeah! Woo! Well, there's no point in fishing after that.
It's a little handicap. It's telling the monster we're here. Let's start at sunrise.
Yes, after a good night's sleep. And we'll have that magical first cast.
Dawn on the 16th of June. And all over Britain, millions of excited anglers are venturing forth to river and lake, full of hope for the new season and the joy of once again being by the waterside. In his book, Confessions of a Carp Angler, B.B. wrote, "The wonder of the world, the beauty and the power, the shapes of things, their colours, lights and shades, these I saw. Look ye also while life lasts." And for Bob and Chris, punting out onto an ancient, overgrown lake that contains a new record carp. It's like fishing legendary Redmire Pool for the first time. The experience could not be more magical. The dream of all anglers, young and old.
Yeah, this is a perfect carp fisher's morning. The monster will be on the move this morning.
But first, the monster has to be found. So it's back up the observation tree to see if the bait has attracted Leviathan.
I think there's something going to come down the channel now, Chris. Can you see through this gap?
Yes, I can.
Oh, here's a good one. Soapy's the first one that's picked up the scent of this bait.
Yes, he's a 20-pounder.
Definitely a good 20-pounder. Look, it's frightening all the days. Oh, yeah. It's eating all the bait. This looks pretty promising. Look, there's another lovely common over there. Yeah, its tail waving as it scoffs all those boilies. Truffling for the feast.
That's a superb group of fish, that, Chris. I think the big one's Arnie.
I think you're right. Do you think we should have a cast, or would it disturb Leviathan?
Well, I think it might be worth it just to know what that big one weighs.
Well, who's going to have first cast then?
I'll tell you what, I'll toss you for it.
Okay.
Okay, you call.
Heads. Ah, it's going in the lake.
Yeah, what is it?
I don't know.
It's tails, I can see it.
No one could pretend that catching a big carp is easy, so you have to be prepared.
Yeah, Bob, you might need this. Monster set. Very funny. I'll tell you if one takes.
The approach must be like that of a stealthy fox, for even carp that have never been fished for before are incredibly shy. These creatures are over 60 years old, their brains steeped in the laws of survival. So, for the angler who hopes to turn the myth into a monster, this is the moment of truth.
Well done, Bob. Now what's going to happen now, though, Chris?
Oh, shit!
£15 line. Shall we go and have a cup of tea here?
A quick brew of that English panacea for all disasters, then back to work. But Bob and Chris would be the first to admit that even in failure, you can still be enchanted by the place and the experience. Those long periods of watching water and becoming hypnotized by the slow swirls and disorienting reflections. In pursuit of the uncatchable by the unconventional. And sometimes there is joy in simply being by the waterside, sharing it with the little grebes and elusive fish. As luck would have it, Chris now has his turn to catch a fish. But whether it's the monster is difficult to tell in the afternoon light. And it's worth remembering Isaac Walton's description of carp.
A very subtle fish, and hard to be caught. Of all the fish that swim the watery mead, not one in cunning can the carp exceed.
As they say, if at first you don't succeed, try again. And carp fishing can be very trying. For despite Chris and Bob's years of experience, despite trying different techniques in different places and every sort of bait at all times of day, they fail to catch a fish. Some writers have dismissed carp fishing as a waste of time, for life is too short. Bob has even taken to reading how to catch them. But the carp have withdrawn into mysterious invisibility. It's as if the lake is haunted. The carp have become ghosts.
Ah, Chris, that's what I need, a cup of tea. They're driving me to drink these fish.
You searching for inspiration as well?
Yeah, I just don't know what to do next, man.
I think we should call a temporary truce and just withdraw, just for a few days.
This was supposed to be a holiday, but I need a break.
I think the fish need a holiday.
I've taken to reading a book down there. I've read about another lake with a monster myth.
Not another myth. What an amazing creature. 43-pound catfish.
There are bigger ones than that in there. And there's some wilders there to keep you happy.
Oh, yeah, I just want to bend some chains. That would be nice.
Yeah, it'd be good to have a break. Well, I really like it here.
Yeah, well, this is a gorgeous place, but we'll be back in a few days.
So our brothers in adversity set off in quest of another monster. But even leaving here can be more difficult than it would appear.
I lost my lamp.
I think he's lost his marbles. So the unlikely pair of would-be record breakers arrive at another historic lake, where Bob will sit it out for the record catfish, while Chris tries for some cane-creaking wild carp. Once the rain stops, that is. Bob is armed with the strongest and most advanced tackle money can buy. But he seems to know it will be difficult almost before he started, whereas Chris expects it to be easy. These wild carp, known to anglers as wildies, are notorious for their strength and vigour. But they don't grow to the size of modern strains, the ones that make monsters. For these are the original carp that the Romans and monks stocked for food in centuries past. Bob seems to have brought every fishing book written since then. Perhaps he's searching for clues on how to catch big cats. Something like this would do. But like carp fishing, it could take time. Chris is into yet another living torpedo, whereas Bob's catfishing is sliding into torpor. Time to write the memoirs. Or is he keeping a record of Chris's catch? Watching Chris having a wonderful time catching endless wildies while the catfish hides in the depths is enough to make an angler take up golf, especially when the rain returns. Contrary to popular belief, rain is not conducive to good fishing. But even rain doesn't stop Chris proving that it's easier catching small fish than big fish. It seems that the monster cat is going to remain a myth. But the monster carp at the secret lake may not get off so lightly. For Bob and Chris have returned unnoticed, and Bob has brought his heavy artillery with reinforcements.
What's happening there? What's the time of this? Hang on, what's up?
Even if the ducks aren't impressed, the dogs have been brought along to help with Bob's change of tactics. For he's laying down a carpet of bait in Harry's monster spot, to which he hopes the carp will be attracted. The dogs probably think it would be better to give them the bait. But once the trap is set, their job is to keep a lookout for anything fishy. While Bob tries the wait-and-see tactic, Chris is trying the see and cast, and events seem to be unfolding nicely. Carp fishing has been described as long periods of watchful inactivity, punctuated by moments of dramatic intensity, waiting for that moment of contact. If it comes. It was Arthur Ransom who thought hooking a carp was terrifying, like being jerked out of bed by a grapnel from an aeroplane. He suggested that salmon might fight longer, but don't have the carp's appalling pace or strength.
Bob! Bob! We're coming! Yeah, we're coming. Oh, just in time. I'm here. I was some way off. I was nearly dragged over the sill just then. Well done. Can you see which one it is? He's putting up a hell of a scrap. It's a common, I can see it's a common.
It's not a monster. God, it's certainly fighting well. He went over the sluice. Just about ready for the net.
Go a bit closer.
It looks like a good 20. I hope so. Here he comes. Coming. Okay.
Well done, that Gilly. Yeah, well done. The sweet corn kid strikes again. Well, it's not a monster. Oh, it is. What did it look like in the water?
Actually, it didn't look very big in the water. I reckon it was only about 15 pounds.
Oh, it's at least 20. Come on.
Actually, yes. Now I hold it up, it's a good 20. 22, 23.
So what does Arnie go?
God, if that's 22, that makes Arnie, what, twice, 3 times as good?
Cool, let's let the old warrior go.
Yeah, lovely.
Lay him in the net. I'll let him go out the net. Yeah. Well done, the sweet corn kid.
Gently back, Millen.
Go warn Harry, we're still after him.
Shame Harry wasn't here. He'd have liked to have seen that too.
It's a dog's life waiting for a carp to bite. But the good thing with having terriers and retrievers as fishing partners is they have a special nose for things, some of them unspeakable, but hopefully not uncatchable. With ancestral links closer to the wild than mere fishermen, the dogs can be aware of creatures we can only dream about. But trying to attract the master's attention to the facts of life is difficult.
Oh, Ripsy. No, back. Thank you. I'm down. It's too hot and sunny for me. Whoa, Ripsy! Yeah! Are you going in for it, Ripsy? He's coming through the weeds, Ripsy. Yeah! Oh, it's a lively little thing. To get the net, Ripsy. It's going to be too big for you.
An impressive landing net, and it might be necessary. For with this laying a trap technique, Bob could catch the biggest carp in the lake. He could also catch the smallest, and it seems he's done just that.
Yeah, Ripsy. God, it's nearly as big as this one. What a game little chap, Ripsy. It's all right, Ripsy, I'll get him. Whoa, there he is. Just take that off, get Ripsy. Hello, you just kiss him. There's good boy. Kiss him. Sorry, Raps. I'll let you learn the next one. Go on, Raps.
Returning for tea after this double success is more important today, for Bob and Chris have arranged to meet the wildlife recorder for the estate, Philip Ames. They've seen so many barn owls they'd like to know why, but they're also keen to seek assurance regarding Harry's monster, for they're beginning to doubt its existence.
Yes, we've been looking for another endangered species. Well, no, I don't think it is an endangered
What, the
species.
monster
with
carp?
us about.
You
It's
haven't
just
found it yet?
very rare.
We haven't seen it.
Oh, I'm
No.
surprised. It's an absolute giant.
You have?
Yeah, I have in the past.
Yes, Harry's descriptions of it have been
Fantastic.
Oh, you'll not miss it.
firing our dreams.
We've had a
So,
couple
yes,
of good fish, a couple of big fish.
Really, but not the monster.
One thing we have seen, though, every evening, is lovely barn owl comes all right through the camp.
Right, it's good hunting
Beautiful
ground
stuff.
for them here. It's very
Because they
good.
roost around the lake here as well.
There's several places.
So why is it that this is such good barn owl country?
The numbers of old woods with all their margins and the old meadows as well.
We've got some amazing meadows here.
They're beautiful, aren't they? But they weren't always like that. At some stage they were overgrazed and they weren't cutting hay anymore. So now it's improved quite a lot, I think.
Are those old water meadows, are they?
Yes, they used to be.
Very lovely, aren't
They're
they? So many
beautiful.
wildflowers in there.
And of
Full
course,
of voles and mice. And
well, this is it. It supports a whole pyramid of life. And of course, birds like the barn owl are right at the top of it as predators.
So if everything else is all right and in order, the barn owl's
Yeah,
going to...
without the landowner's interest, none of us would be able to achieve anything.
oh, well, let's creep away.
Yeah.
No one's disturbed then.
And I hope you find your monster.
Cheerio.
Finding the monster is one thing, but in trying to catch such a huge fish, it pays to try something, well, different.
Here you are, Christopher. Give us something to lubricate your imagination.
Why are you talking in that funny voice?
If we were at Redmar, I remember you said, talk like this and they can't hear you. We caught carp.
You're absolutely right.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Thank you. Especially with vibrations going through my boots here. Yeah. No wonder I'm not catching anything. Cheers. Cheers. Delicious. I'll leave you to enjoy it. Thank you, my man. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I'll give you a call when I want a replenishment. A little libation, I think. To the lake. Bring me luck.
It's been said before that carp fishing drives a man mad. And as it's been likened to playing chess with a Grand Master, it's likely some pieces will be missing. But it's worse than that, for carp keep on changing the rules. And you don't even know where the game's going to be played or when. But then myths and enigmas have always existed as a kind of theatrical shadow cast by reality. But the monster does exist. As with all fishing, you can fail to catch, but still be enchanted. And past carp record holder Richard Walker wrote lovingly of the magic of carp fishing dawns.
Our long vigil had begun. It continued until daybreak and after. The sun rose deep orange, its beams making the lake steam. Nothing moved. I was lost in a quiet world of grey and green and gold.
Magic or not, the monster avoided getting caught all summer. And with the carp preparing for their long winter sleep, Bob and Chris would have to try again next year. The year comes full circle. The secret lake is vibrant with life once again. And undaunted by previous difficulties, our intrepid piscators return a few days before the new season starts. A time to enjoy watching carp, to find Harry the monster, and delight in the wildlife of this sceptred pool. Heated debate on the value of a close season for fishing is motivated by self-interest. But giving fish and wildlife some peace and quiet is obviously beneficial to all, not least the fishermen themselves, especially if they appreciate the beauty of our natural heritage.
Lovely, aren't they? Little grebes. Oh, those chicks are so tiny, they must have just hatched. Yeah, look, they're such delicate little creatures, aren't they? So vulnerable. It's frightening to think all those working parties tidying up all our favourite places. They all end up looking like suburban parks. Yeah, it's even happening at Redmire Pool. Yeah. I wonder how many nests get destroyed, clearing all those lovely overhanging trees. You could easily miss a nest like that, just tidied away. That's cute, isn't it? So, let's go and leave him. Yeah, leave him in peace. Let's go and find the monster.
Locating large carp is one thing. A famous comment in Anglers News says it all.
Big carp are very seldom caught in winter. And that also goes for spring, summer and autumn.
But there's always a chance. And all Bob and Chris have to do is wait for that moment and say a prayer to Isaac.
slow. Ponderous. Very heavy. Obviously something pretty substantial. Maybe the monster. If it reaches the tree, we'll never know.
Chris! Chris! Where are you? I've got a really heavy fish on here.
Well, it's a mirror. Not the monster. It's a really big fish. All of 30 pounds. Not the specimen Bob was hoping for. But still, no one could ever be disappointed by such a superb creature as this. Probably one of the original fish stocked in 1931. Over 60 years old. Hardly a mark on her. It's Fat Lady, of course. Seen frequently with Arnie, and no doubt a friend of Harry's. Wonder if she knows where the monster is. Slip her back to grace the lake for another decade. Obviously not big enough to warrant more than a glance. He didn't even weigh it. Blinded by ambition.
Ah, there you are.
You going to have a cup of tea?
I am. I was calling you.
Anything important?
I just caught Fat Lady, that's all.
What? Well done. Where from?
From that deep corner we threw the dog biscuits in.
I obviously tempted them in.
Oh, yeah, they were going really well.
You got a tussle.
Went like a fury, but there's no weed in that corner, so I won the day.
And how big?
Certainly over 30.
Superb.
So what does that make Arnie?
Well, that makes Arnie well over 40 pounds, which makes Harry 2 tons, at least. Blow the tea, I've got another cast.
All right, give us a scream if you get one.
It'll be the real screaming. Ah! It's gone away again. See that tail disappearing once more. The old vanishing carp trick. But the whole point about the monster myth is not really solving the mystery, it's being aware of it. The important thing is that monsters exist, even if they're only in our dreams.
If, like Bob and Chris, you too suffer from a passion for angling, then you'll know that you can never give up, however long it takes. But there comes a time when every angler, however obsessive, has to, well, not give up, just stop fishing.
There they are.
There they are. Daddy, where can we have a go?
You can have a go now, we need some assistance.
You haven't caught the big one then?
No.
Isn't it time you came home.
Have you got some champagne with you?
Well, we thought you probably got the wine already in the boat.
Yeah, well, we've drunk that.
We finished that a long time ago.
I thought it looked very sleepy out there.
I think the little ones want to have a go. They've brought their rods.
All right, we'll come in and get them
They'll
then.
show you what to do.
Land ho! This is the landing party. Ciao, boys. Lovely to see you. Hi, everyone. Hello. Oh, you've got some good baits, William. Nearly as big as the carp we're on. No, not yet. No, it keeps evading us. Thistle, come on, you coming fishing? All aboard. Sit on my creel. Thistle, quick, in. Come on, Thistle. Quick, hop in. See you later. When we catch the monster. Or not. We'll catch 3 monsters now.
It's through the wandering eyes of childhood that most of us are captured by this delightful torment. And once we're caught, the mystery and enchantment of fish-filled waters never dies. Angling takes us to another world, a more beautiful, peaceful place. A world of sun-splashed rivers and mist-shrouded pools. And having parents who care means you learn not just how to catch, but how to enjoy.
Let me cast.
Yeah, you can cast.
Very weedy, isn't it? Not like your little pond at home, is it, Alice?
Oh, look at that
Oh,
cast.
look at all of that.
No.
No.
Do it from behind, look like this. Ready? Ready? Get the thing from behind and then...
He's a good teacher, isn't he?
More or less. No. Start from behind and then you get the line gently.
Yeah, oh.
Gently.
Silly Daddy.
Yeah.
Don't take your eyes off that float,
Is
Alice.
this what you say to your teacher?
That's in the right
Oh,
spot
that's
now.
a very nice cast. Yes, it's far more delicate than Daddy's cast. They're coming in.
Angling takes us all close to nature, to explore more deeply this magical world. A world where time stands still. A place to share the drama and suspense of secret places. Where we can live out our childhood dreams and even catch our childhood dreams.
Why are you doing it?
Under your float, Ali. Look at that.
Strike, Alice, strike.
Yeah, okay. Ali. Reel the reel. Oh! Really, Ali? Go on, Ali. Oh, that's it. We've got one. Yeah.
Hey, what you got? Look at that.
Yeah.
A dace is Alexander's prize. Not a monster, but he will always remember this moment. And who knows, next cast or next day, he might catch a big carp. For once you're fired by a passion for angling, the dream of a monster lives with you forever.
And you did it all in the sun.
I've got my first
Other way.
fish.
You did? Yeah, you got your first fish from the snake.
And your first days. There you go.
And your first fish for the season. Yeah, my